I'm going to try and drive this a little bit more aggressively. What? Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Rex. In today's video, we're going to be playing with my TL01 on a parking lot asphalt track I've made. This is a Tamiya TL01. If you don't know what it is, I've got a video link in the description below. You should check that out before watching this if you want to know more about this. Otherwise, it's a four-wheel drive RC car from the late 90s. Actually, my first Tamiya RC car. Not the specific one. My first one was actually gone, long gone. But this was something I was able to purchase kind of recently. We've got sway bars, hard on the front, medium in the rear, regular servo, Duratrax Intelispeed forward reverse auto sport ESC, 27 turn modified Jaguar motor. I think it's 27 turn double, running 19 tooth pinion gear, the smallest one. I don't know if that's the right choice, but we'll see. Since I've already got these tires on, I'm going to go ahead and stick with these tires. They're really high grip tires that I use at the indoor carpet track. The only thing adjustable on this is the front toe and the rear camber. In terms of suspension, I currently have some Racing shocks on here, but one of the eyelets is broken, so I'm going to switch over to these Tamiya shocks. We're going to run 450 weight oil in the rear shocks and 700 in the front with these stock Tamiya silver springs that come on TT01s and TT02s. The front differential is locked, the rear is open. I've got to put a radio system in this, throw this body on it, and go play. So these shocks are not even. This one has about that much travel, and this one has a little bit more travel. You can see it there. It's because I've got a washer in here and no washer here. I've got to take the smaller eyelet and put it on this side. Replace this with a smaller eyelet and put a washer in here to make the travel shorter. I originally had these as off-road suspension, so they had longer stroke, but I don't require that long stroke, and I would also like to limit droop by adjusting the suspension because the TL01 does not have droop screws. With droop screws, you can normally adjust the down travel of the suspension arm, but I can't do that, so I'm going to do it by messing with the shock. This car is simple and basic, this TL01, and being my first Tamiya, it really taught me a lot about RC cars. Before that, I'd spent a lot of time reading magazines, but there's only so much you can gain in pure theory alone. When you've got it in front of you and you can apply those theories, and that's what this car was for me. It allowed me to apply many of the theories I'd learned years before. Tamiya entry-level models are quite special in my opinion. For the price, you get a lot. Usually you get a speed control, a body, wheels, tires, and the opportunity to learn and an experience like no other. Gale Builders Guild says it's the Tamiya way, and that's exactly it. That is what's been drawing me to Tamiyas lately. In my second second run at the RC journey. So I've been through this once before. If you follow my channel, I've been through all this RC stuff once before. I was there for the brushless boom. I brushless everything. I went as fast as I could. I jumped things 40 feet. That was 13, 14 years ago. You get over that pretty fast when you break stuff all the time. You wear out tires. I've gone fast. I've jumped high. I've played with many different vehicles, and they're all amazing. But I used to turn my nose up at a lot of Tamiya stuff, and in a way, it's kind of good that I did because I'm now able to discover it with a much more mature mind. You know, anybody can copy the best race car, race truck, race whatever, and make it. But what Tamiya does is their designers are forced to work within many parameters. They need to reduce the amount of molds, mold trees, the amount of plastic they use, the mold process. They need to maximize profit because they've got the most employees out of any RC company out there. And that's the only way they're going to keep their doors open. And the designers have done that all while making a fun vehicle for us. So I like to see all the different design quirks and try and figure out why they did certain things and try to match it up with possible good production practices to help me make sense of why they have things the way they do. And it's incredible how they balance that production process with geometry that very often makes sense. Anyway, enough talk about this thing. Let's get a receiver in it and get the suspension on. Check the ride height. Okay, so ride height is not bad. It's a little low. Front lower than the rear. I've got to raise that. I'm wondering how much I should raise both of them. Maybe not too much until I feel bumping. If I hear scraping out there, then I'll start raising it. But I think I'm going to add 2 slivers up front here of spacers. Maybe 1 sliver at the back. Yeah, let's try that. What do I mean when I say sliver? This is what I mean when I say sliver. Smallest preload spacer you get. Probably put 2 of these in the front and 1 of these in the rear. Why am I still using non-threaded shocks? Because these were inexpensive, and spacers are 100% more accurate than me guessing with the threaded shock. Otherwise, I'd have to carry a tool around with me all the time to measure how much I'm threading my shocks. Don't get me wrong, I've got lots of vehicles with threaded shocks, and threaded shocks are awesome. But with my threaded shocks, I usually also use spacers on top of the threaded shock, and then bottom them out to the spacer. That way I have an accurate, equal reading on both sides. Alright, we're going to stick the sliver in. Alright, we've bound the receiver, we've set up direction. Next thing to do is set up endpoint. Right about there, I can probably, right here. There's a little bit of movement that I don't really need. I gotta pull that out of my edge travel. Same with this side. There's a lot of movement I don't need on this side. Okay, electronics are in. Everything is set up. 2 batteries are charged. 2 3,000 milliamp nimhs are charged. I'm not going to be cutting the body post because the TL01 is actually going to be getting a new body. It's one of the bodies I've already shown in one of the videos that I got. I haven't painted it yet. I haven't done anything to it, but it's going on the TL01. For now, the TL01 is getting this Jax Accord from L&L models. The stickers that came from it look alright, but they're not complete, and they were a pain in the butt to apply. And not because they were difficult, because the quality is very strange. Material seems very stiff and it was hard to round around corners. Anyway, enough about that. I knew it. Track lot wouldn't last long. It's now covered in silly string. There's a truck there, there's garbage bin, there's construction doohickey, and a car. Okay, so I'll set up right here. I can stand here. That can be a back straight. The track is done. I'm sure it's not exactly the same. Actually, it feels kind of smaller than it was before. Hopefully the car turns. It's a good thing we've got sticky tires on today because it's a bit chilly. Another good thing is I don't have to battle the wind to talk to the camera. Unfortunately, there's construction over there. Ooh, excited. Okay, there's some steering. Ooh, it's turning to the right a bit. Ooh, track's a little small. Not sure what I'm feeling. I would like more front grip. And rear grip, maybe more camber all around, but I can't really adjust the front at all. It could also be the locked front diff that is preventing a lot of steering. It's darty. I'm gonna have to redo the track. Too tight. Whoa, something kicks it out over there. I would like adjustable front camber, which it doesn't have right now. Then I would give it a little bit more. I think a little toe out in the front would be good too. Ooh! Yes, TL01. Oh, easy now, easy now. Can I stay consistent? More brake, come on Rex, more brake over there. Whoa, too far. Stay consistent, take it easy, take it easy. Okay. Well, new perspective again. These tires are going to be eaten by the time I'm done with this place. These poor rear tires starting to squawk. The rear end's got too much traction while coasting and on throttle, but off throttle it's got no traction, so definitely droop. I think it's allowing too much transfer to the front. That's alright. That's about all I'm going to get out of this car right now without any adjustments. I do have springs, but the only thing I can do is stiffen up the front. That's going to make the front even more responsive, but it will prevent the rear from lifting as much. But eventually the rear will still lift if I'm off throttle at the end of the straight for long enough. I'm going to reduce the travel and the shocks, or I'm going to find smaller shocks to put on there. I'll probably find smaller shocks. That makes more sense. All right, we are back at the track now with Mia, who's gonna get her blower from the car and blow off the track for me. Let's try and get some laps in on this really dirty, dusty track. I gotta watch my speed. Oh, this thing is nuts. That straight is very slippery. I shouldn't have made a track here. It's cool to be able to see the dynamics though, with how slippery it gets when it's not a... Yeah. I know a lot of people who have to deal with these types of parking lots where they're even dustier than this. At that point I would just be using a rally car all the time. Oh, this is very tough here. Oh, I should have used some track over there. We have made some major changes and we have one battery pack left to run before I've got to charge them up again and wait for another day and re-chalk another track. I've unlocked the front diff. We've removed both front and rear sway bars and I've added 1/2 degree of toe out on the front on either side. Let's get to the track. Back again for the 6th time, maybe 7th, I don't know, 6th time. Open diff, no sway bars, 1/2 degree of toe out. This motor is too hot for this track. I made it too small. My straightaway is too short. Okay, look at that. We have way more steering now with that open diff. A lot more turn in too with the toe out. I would like more front camber though, but I can't adjust that because my front camber links are not adjustable on this. Acceleration out of corner was a lot nicer with the locked diff. I would like to put some anti-wear grease in this diff. It's quite open. Tighten it up a bit would be nice. Oh, without the sway bars it definitely sways a lot. But it is giving me the roll that I want for the steering, I think. But it is swaying. Maybe the lightest sway bar, which I don't even have, I don't think. This thing came with a hard and a medium. I would like the lightest sway bar for the front. Try stickier tire now. I may have put the rear uprights that had a 1.5 degrees of toe in, or whatever it was that was more than standard or stock. I can't remember if I put them on this car or if I put them on the M05. On this car, I'd remove some of the rear toe. This car doesn't have any problem pushing straight on throttle. This is kind of what I remember from my first TL01, absolutely. It was not steering positive. It was very understeery and much safer to control for a new person like I was. On the carpet, this thing's a totally different beast. I'm having a blast. This is awesome. When I was a kid, I used to set up little tracks to run on any street in any parking lot. I didn't have chalk, and I didn't think of ways to get chalk, so I would make tracks around potholes or certain landmarkings in the pavement, and they were all very loose, of course. I'd be stoked if I found parking lots that were freshly paved to run on. Kind of like I am now. Looks so cool. Can the camera see it from this angle? The tires are starting to scrub in and warm up. These tires were old tires sitting on the shelf. I gotta consider that. I did consider, but I didn't keep it in mind. They seem to be getting better as I drive them. Much better, actually, to be honest. Whoa, could have been tires a huge problem the whole time? Obviously could have been. I'm going to try and drive this a little bit more aggressively. Okay, I forgot the TL01 likes to be aggressive. That's what I was. I was more aggressive when I was younger, that's for sure. jabbing brake is fun. It allows me to rotate it. But I gotta make sure I have enough momentum so I can use the brake. If I'm not going fast enough, I can't use the brake. Definitely would like more front camber, but I might have to retire this chassis. Oh, it's getting really loose. The plastic parts where it sticks out to hold the arms themselves, everything's all loose. I know I can get arms and I can get another chassis. I might have to build another TL01 somehow, because this one is tired and loose, very loose. Battery's dying. I would like a motor with more torque, less top end. I'm using the smallest pinion gear I can, 19 tooth. There's a lot more in this car. A lot more in this car, 100% for sure. But I won't be squeezing it out at this very moment in the rest of this video. This video's gone on forever. I just wanted to show you guys the whole journey of getting here, my mistakes, and I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this. This thing's really loose. I mean, like, the parts are very loose. It's old and tired. Oh, it's not that bad, but it's bad. Oh, this thing's fun. The battery's dying, but I don't want to stop playing with it. You can see and feel the body rolling with the suspension I threw on here. Soft silvers that come stock on some Nimhs. You can see it rolling. I love it. Oh, battery's dead. It just stopped.